So I'm going to show you one big reason why we get so stressed. I'm going to show you around my house a little bit. So here you see the view from our balcony. And right now it's about -1 degrees, a lovely still day. And you can see the farm that belongs to the family. You can see the barn that belongs to the family here, the playhouse we have, and the garden. And if you listen carefully, you can hear the birds. And as lovely as this place is, one thing that it does take from a person is time. It takes a lot of time to look after the barn. The panels get blown off, you have to replace them. You have to look after it yearly. The wood gets replaced very often. Even on the house. The house here is an old house. You can see here on the banister, the wood. We painted this for not too many years ago, and it needs constant work. It is a lot of work living on this farm, even though it's very lovely and peaceful. Now, this is something that a lot of people may not realize. When you're living in the countryside like this, and especially in a wooden house with a lot of land and buildings, it takes a lot of time. And when I started this YouTube channel in 2020, it was just me, my wife, and we had one child. Now we have 3 children, and I'm working. I'm also in university studying, and life is much more intense than what it used to be. And so, you know, people can see my YouTube channel and see that I don't put up videos that often. And I also see people unsubscribing, and it makes me feel a certain way, but there's not much I can do about it. I do as much as I can. It's not just YouTube I do, it's also I speak in churches from time to time. I do private videos also sometimes, and so these things take time. So I don't have time to do as much as I want to, even though it's on my heart to do loads of videos. I have a notebook, I'll show you downstairs, of messages just piled up in that notebook and on the computer that I haven't had the peace and time to do them. Now I want to show you something why we get so stressed, and I'm going to take you downstairs. Now we are in the kitchen. Here's my notebook with loads of scraps on it, because I often snack and eat and do notes at the same time, and it's filled with so many messages and there's so many things on my heart. But this is what I want to show you, what happened the other day. So I'm studying and I'm trying to get things done. I've got assignments to do. I've also got videos to do. And so what I'm doing is this. Yesterday, I have my computer here, and at the same time, I'm doing the dishes. So I'm doing the dishes and I have my headphones on and I'm editing and washing up at the same time. Now, I just want to let you know, because literally when I came home yesterday, my wife went to work, I was at home with the kids, and I felt like I should just take time just to be with the kids, you know, put the food away, wash up, just chill out. But I wanted to get things done, right? I've got things that need to be done. The list is just over and above my head, and I'm like, let me do 2 things at once. Let me multitask. So I'm on my computer, I'm doing the washing up at the same time. Now, as this happens, as I'm doing this, I get this pain in my head. And I recognize this pain. And I hadn't felt that pain in a long time. And it was this stress kind of pain in my head. It wasn't like a normal headache, it was a stress kind of pain. And I'm like, oh, I haven't felt this for quite some time. But, you know, I'm like, let me just get these things done, yeah? So I'm editing, I'm washing up, and even after that, what happens when you're trying to do things and your wife calls you. So let me get back to this, yeah? So I can feel this pain in me, and I'm like, part of me is like, maybe I should stop doing this. But the other part is like, no, let me just keep on getting this done, because I'm thinking if I do this now, tomorrow there'll be less to do. So even I finish this, I put the kids to bed, and then after they go to bed, I'm doing more work, I'm filming more, and I'm like, okay, good, I'm done, and I go to bed. So then the next day I wake up, I go on the computer, and I start to just rewatch what I've done, and I can feel straight away, this ain't right. This don't feel good. And after some thought and consideration, I'm like, I have to delete this. And so I took everything away, all the things that I'd done yesterday, all the extra work, all the extra stress, I ended up deleting because it wasn't good. And so in the morning, I'm like, God, why? Why does it have to be like this? And that's when something came to me very specific. I want to show you something else. So now we're looking outside the window in the house, and here you see some birds. Now Jesus talks about birds, doesn't he? He says, look at the birds. And I wonder how often we actually look at the birds. Look at how happy they look. God says that we need to be like the birds. You see, the birds don't store food in barns. They don't prepare for the next day. They take one day at a time. And he says, that's how I want you to be. To not worry, but to trust like the birds trust. The birds don't know where the food is coming the next day, but they don't worry about it. We seem to worry about each and every day, whereas the birds take one day at a time. And God reminded me of a passage in the Bible. And this passage is from Exodus, and you can read it in Exodus chapter 16, for example. There are other places also. But you read about when God sends manna down from heaven. He sends bread down from heaven so that the people can have something to eat. Now, the commandment was to just get enough for what you need. And then if there's any left over, burn it, get rid of it. You don't need it. Like, just get enough for one day at a time. Now, there were people there that took more than what they needed, and they tried to store up the food for the next day. That food ended up molding, melting, and worms came out, and basically that food was like, you couldn't eat it. It was just unedible. And Moses becomes angry because the people try to store up food. Basically, they tried to prepare for the day in front of them. And this is what came to me, is like, Albie, you're trying to do more than what you need to do. You're trying to think of, well, if I do this much today, there's less work tomorrow. And this is basically what the Israelites were trying to do. If we gather more today, then hopefully tomorrow will be okay. Like, it's basically a lack of trust. You don't trust God to take care of you the next day. So you feel like you have to prepare for the next day in case God does not show up. And that's what God was teaching me, is like, Albie, take one day at a time. Don't stress yourself trying to go ahead of the schedule. God can help you out each and every day. You don't need to do more than what you need to do. This is why we get so stressed. It's because we're always looking ahead. Well, what about if this happens? Or what about that? What about this? And all of these things are in front of us. Things we don't know of. which basically means we're not trusting in God. I'm not trusting in God to take care of my life in the next few hours, or I'm not trusting in God for God to provide for me. I'm not trusting in God for God to take care of me and my family in the future. And all of these things produce stress. This is why Jesus says, don't be anxious. Look at the birds. And there's two reasons really. One, don't be anxious because God is in control and God can take care of you. The other reason is because anxiety, it leads to stress and problems and health problems. So my encouragement to you, this is my first video in a long time. I'm doing this just very quickly. Take one day at a time. Trust in God. Don't do more than what you need to do. Just do enough and God will do the rest. Be blessed.